Hey guys, so we are going to make homemade hot chocolate bombs. You need just three simple ingredients: hot chocolate mix, regular chocolate to melt, and a mold to put your hot chocolate in, and some mini marshmallows. And so we are going to go ahead and get started. So first off, you want to bring a pan of water to boil to just barely simmering. And then you're going to place a bowl over it once it starts simmering to help melt the chocolate. Now, this is going to help the chocolate melt nice and slow so that you do not burn it, because once you burn it, you can't really use it anymore. So, you just pour in these little meltable chocolate tablets. You keep stirring it very frequently to make sure it doesn't get too overheated. And while you're stirring it, you're checking the consistency. And here you can see it looks pretty good and runny. Now you're just going to fill your molds up with a thin layer of chocolate. Just mix it around. That way you are able to make a nice thin layer. So you want to go ahead and do that with all of your molds to help build it up. I love hot chocolate because it just reminds me so much of my childhood and how happy I was whenever, after a night of sledding or whatnot, we would just go out and sled our heads off, and then we would come back inside and make a nice cup of hot chocolate. I really enjoyed that. So this is to help bring back those little precious memories that you had. So here I am just filling in the holes, making it a little bit thicker. That way when I break them out of the molds, it'll be pretty easy to break out, and hopefully none of them will break off. Now, after this, you are going to go ahead and put them in the freezer for about 10 to 15 minutes. Then you're going to bring them back out and check on them. See, they were too thin at that one point, so I decided to go back through and put another layer onto them just to help thicken up the walls. That way I'm able to break them out pretty easily. So as you can see, I'm just going through and filling in all the holes on all of them. Now they're looking pretty good, so I'm going to go ahead and pop them back into the freezer for another 10-15 minutes. And then once they are all done, we're going to go ahead and bring them back out. And we are going to start popping them out, and hopefully they all come out in one piece. So here I was trying to break apart the mold to see if it would help it make it a little bit easier, but it really wasn't. It was kind of hard to get them out of the molds, but I just kept trying. I did try running it under hot water, the bottom of it, but it wasn't really working very well, and finally I just decided I'm going to push it out. So that seemed to be the best course of action. It's a silicone mold, so it makes it easy to pop out. So there, that one I was able to pop out pretty easily. And then I was able to pop out a couple more. Now you are going to heat up I heated up some white chocolate so that I would be able to drizzle it on top. Here, this is another method. You can just keep heating it up and keep stirring it every 30 seconds until it gets to the right consistency. You don't want to put it in for more than 30 seconds at a time, because you can easily burn it and then you won't be able to use that chocolate anymore. So just keep stirring it until it gets to the right consistency. Just almost there. And there's the final product of that, decorating chocolate. Now you're going to cut a hole into a little Ziploc bag to help put the little piper thing into it to be able to drizzle the chocolate on top of the eggs. And I'm using a mason jar to help hold the Ziploc bag in place so I don't have to keep holding the edges out. So you're going to go ahead and just fill it up with some chocolate, and I just let it sit there and get ready to use once I was all done. Now, I tried a method of using a pan to melt the chocolate to put it back, but I realized that the pan was too hot, so I do recommend just heating up a little plate in the microwave and then just using it that way. So here I am filling it up with about a tablespoon or less of hot chocolate, putting a few marshmallows into it. Gonna go ahead and melt the other side to be able to stick onto it. Then you just stick them together. This is where it got a little bit messy. Here I'm just putting a little bit of chocolate around where I can join them so that to make sure it doesn't fall apart. And here I am going ahead and starting to warm up some milk. That way I have a nice cup of hot chocolate. I like to have it with milk. A lot of people like to use water or different things like that, almond milk or oat milk. I just use regular milk. So then here are a couple failed attempts. They kept breaking off, so it's not always perfect, but you can try. And then here I am just drizzling the chocolate on top of it. You can decorate them however you'd like. I just went with a simple white chocolate to be able to put it onto the background. I thought it turned out pretty cute. Now you're going to go ahead and grab your favorite mug. You're going to put your hot chocolate bomb into the bottom of your cup. And then you're going to just scoop in some hot milk and watch the fun begin. You can sort of see it melting already. So this was a lot of fun to do. I hope that you can take this back and enjoy it and have some fun with your family. Thank you.